Hi, welcome to today's On This Day in Tudor History with me, Claire Ridgway. Now today I'm taking you back to the reign of King Henry VIII. For on this day in Tudor history, the 17th of August 1517, Italian humanist scholar, cleric and poet Andreas Ammonius, also known as Andrea Ammonio and Andrea della Renna, died in London from sweating sickness. He was laid to rest at St. Stephen's in Westminster. Ammonius served Henry VIII as Latin Secretary and received various church offices, including the canonry and prebendary of St. Stephen's. He also served the papacy as sub-collector of taxes in England. But let me give you a few more facts about this man. Ammonius was born in 1476 in Lucca, Tuscany, and was the son of Francesco della Renna and Elisabetta Vanni. He was from a family of silk weavers, but was educated for a career in the church, studying at the University of Bologna. While in Bologna in 1495, his tutor, Oliviero da Montegallo, who was also professor of logic, entrusted him with a revision of Stephanus de Flandria's Logica. He spent time in Rome, where he met Silvestro Gigli, Henry VII's ambassador, and by 1506 he'd arrived in England. In 1509 he was working as a secretary to William Blount, Lord Mountjoy, who was close to the humanist scholar Erasmus, whom Ammonius met on several occasions. Ammonius became great friends with Erasmus, exchanging letters, jokes, poems and compliments, and Erasmus referred to him as the dearest of mortals. Ammonius also became close to Thomas More and Thomas Linacre, John Colet, Cuthbert Tunstall and Richard Pace. Between 1503 and 1511, Ammonius wrote poetry in Latin, which was printed in Paris. And we know that he also wrote works on Henry VIII's campaigns in France and the Battle of Flodden. But sadly, they've not survived. In July 1511, Ammonius was appointed as Henry VIII's Latin secretary, and in 1512 he became canon and prebendary of St. Stephen's in Westminster. In 1513 and 1517 he added the benefices of Salisbury and Bath and Wells to the list. In 1513 he accompanied King Henry VIII on his campaign in France, and in April 1514 he became an English citizen. In 1515, Ammonius was appointed sub-collector of papal taxes in England by Pope Leo X, and then collector in June 1517, after his rivals Polydore Vergil and Cardinal Castelci were imprisoned and linked to conspiracy, respectively. Ammonius died during the night of the 17th and 18th of August 1517 in the third epidemic of sweating sickness to hit England. Chronicler Edward Hall recorded this epidemic, writing, "Suddenly there came a plague of sickness called the sweating sickness, that turned all his, the king's, purpose. This malady was so cruel that it killed some within 3 hours, some within 2 hours, some merry at dinner and dead at supper. Many died in the king's court, the Lord Clinton, the Lord Grey of Wilton, and many knights, gentlemen, and officers. For this plague, Michaelmas term was adjourned." Many of Cardinal Wolsey's household died, and it was recorded that upwards of 400 students had died in less than a week in Oxford. Thomas More wrote to Erasmus saying, "Multitudes are dying around us. Almost everyone in Oxford, Cambridge and London has been ill lately." More also wrote that it was safer to be on a battlefield than in London at that time. So it was a very, very scary illness, something that I think back to at these times. And of course, Ammonius died of it. Also on this day in Tudor history, the 17th of August 1510, King Henry VII's former chief administrators, Sir Edmund Dudley and Sir Richard Empson, were beheaded on Tower Hill as traitors, even though they'd served the former king loyally. What happened? Why were these two advisors executed by their former master's son? Well, you can find out in last year's video, which I'll give you a link to. I'll also share a link to my video on sweating sickness if you're interested in finding out more about that. Thank you for joining me today. You can click round about there to subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell to be notified as these videos go live, and you can give me a like and leave me a comment. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Bye bye.